I do have a gun on me.
Oh, you're good.
Okay.
Go ahead and video. I'm asking for a report. It'll be sufficient.
Okay, guys, we just got done at a closing at Red River Title. We love our ladies up there at Red River Title, especially Doris. But while we were up there closing on one of our lots on Sears, I was asking them about our lot next door to it that we're also under contract with, and they said, hey, sorry, but it looks like the buyer backed out of that contract because the neighbor's fence is over on your property and it makes them uncomfortable. I was like, well, if the fence is over their property onto mine, I mean, it's my fence, so I can do with it as I want, right? Well, unfortunately, these people that are next door, it's part of their backyard, and they just purchased the house about 6 months ago, and I think my agent has gone over there and talked to them and gave them her number to call, and they're not calling, and I think they're telling the buyer's agent that it's their fence and that they're not going to take it down. So we're going to go over there right now and hopefully talk to them. I don't think the owner will be there. It sounds like they're off at work during the day, but I'm just going to try to figure out exactly where our property line's at, because we've had our property stakes moved in the past on this particular property, and I've had to move them back based off the rebar that's in the ground. In all reality, it's really our fence. I mean, we want to work this out mutually, but if I'm not able to sell my lot because of this, we're gonna have to take it down, and then we'll give you the panels, whatever. Y'all can rebuild it 4 foot, 5 foot over, wherever your property line's at, and we can solve this. So I think it could go well. Unfortunately, being in real estate in the last 10 years and dealing with property owners next door, neighbors, when it comes to a property line, unfortunately, people become irrational.
Fence, then fine, you're right.
It's unfortunate, but I mean, people have a sense of pride and ownership. I get it, but it doesn't give you an excuse to be irrational. So hopefully these people understand. They're very rational about it. Yes, sir, we understand. Do what you need to. If put the panels on our side, we'd appreciate it. I mean, that's how I'd like for this conversation to go. But I want to document this just so you guys can kind of see with what we deal with a lot of the time in these type of situations. But we're pulling up right now. We're here on Morton. This lot right here is the one we just closed on this morning. You can see a pink flag right there. So this is the start of the lot right here. Yeah, it does in fact look like they've partially put up a new fence, so I could see how they would be upset that we're potentially coming in and taking that down. So it's every bit of 4 foot over. Again, since we're not driving, you can see that pink flag you're looking at out the window is going to be that corner, and you can see where their fence is over. It shows 3.5 foot over right there, and then it shows 4.5 foot over there. So I mean, it's unfortunately for them, I mean, it's my fence. That fence has been there for a while, and I've not messed with it because I didn't need to, but now if it's affecting the sale of my potential property, we gotta deal with this now.
Make me work, make me sweat inside, make me feel like I'm alive. Take this hurt, lady, throw it in my face. Don't let these bones slow you down, 'cause I'm coming on strong. The grass should have looked greener. I need a true believer in the sky.
So I knocked once, and I kind of thought I heard some people moving around, and then I knocked a second time, and it sounds like I thought they were unlocking the door. It sounds like they may have been throwing the deadbolt on. So you can see where the rebar's at, and it's got pink tape on it. You can tell where maybe they mowed, and they mowed over this and then just threw it over the fence over on my side. So that's kind of funny. To give you all an idea how far over it is on the fence, it's marked on the inside. This is a picture that I took from the back. You can see the pink flag tied up to the fence. So it kind of shows you how much of the fence is ours. So I can tell where they're going to be very frustrated, because this is an older fence that's here, but you can tell where they've put in a new fence, I guess like patches or repairs. So they probably spent a decent amount of money, unfortunately, and I hate to do this. I will appreciate it if y'all had at least subscribed to my channel and liked this video. This is what it says, guys. My name is Justin. I am the owner of West Sears. The fence on the east side of your property is on my property, and we need to remove it so we can sell our lot. Please see survey showing fence over 3 foot. Call me with any questions. We'll be here at the end of the day to remove. Like I said, we're under contract. I mean, really, we should have been closing today or tomorrow, but buyers want to back out because of this. So this is pretty clear. The fence is on my property, and I'm more than able to take it down. So unfortunately, we're just gonna have to take it down and go on down the road. But again, I want to be as polite as I can. So we'll give them this. And then we're gonna come by later today too. This is gonna get stuck in the door. So when we drive by, you'll see if this is in the door or not. If it's still in the door, that means probably no one's came home and have opened the door, because it normally gets picked up or it falls down on the ground. So we'll know if someone's here. We know what cars are here now. So when we drive by towards the end of the day, yeah, I just left a note on there. We're trying to sell this lot, and I'm just kind of letting them know that we're going to be taking down the fence. And so I want to, like I said, I want to be as polite as I can be and let them know.
Take down what fence? This fence?
Yeah, so we got our survey here. Let me grab one for you. Keegan, I went to school with this guy. I played football with him. This is my little boy, Keegan. Yeah, I apologize if I scared them. Like I said, I knocked a few times and I walked around, and then I've been out here for about 10 minutes writing my note. I just left in the door as you walked up. So we own those 2 houses. We own the lot. I sold this house. We own this lot.
Really? Y'all sold that?
Yes, sir. Yep. So this lot right here is ours.
Yeah.
So if we look at it like this is the front, and you can see where the property.
Somebody built that fence on your
Well,
lot.
you look over here, this fence has been here for a while, but I guess, and I knew this before, and I was never worried about it because I wasn't selling the lot, but now it's keeping me from selling the lot. So they purchased back in November. My real estate agent came by. I do have a gun on me. Just,
you're good.
Okay, my agent came by, talked, hey, we're going to sell this lot. We need to figure out where the fence is at. And we never heard anything.
So
that's
they
what
know that this fence is on your lot.
I'm assuming. I don't want to assume that, but I would think so. And like I said, I just left this on their door with a little note on there with my contact information. But yeah, that shows the fence line right there on my property. Yes, sir, man. Thank you.
What's your YouTube channel?
Briscoe Homes.
Briscoe?
Yeah, check it out.
All right, I'll check that.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
All
I
right, man.
appreciate
Good
it.
seeing you,
Yeah,
man.
good to see you. I hate that we always see each other in these type of circumstances. Like, I got a homeless guy in my house. Can you kick him out?
I remember that.
Yeah, that was that house over there. Yeah. And then we
Think about like 2 or 3 times, didn't we?
at least twice, and then y'all got him like walking up the street like when me and you were talking. Yeah.
I remember that.
Okay, man, take it easy. Old Reddick. I told him I do have my gun on me. He's like, I don't care. That was probably best case scenario. Hopefully we hear something. I mean, the note had my number on there, and let them know that we are going to be removing the fence. I love Denison PD. They may think I'm bluffing. They may just not want to deal with it and won't think I'll take it down. But this is Briscoe Homes, and we do what we have to do to sell a property. But we want to be as polite and responsible about it as we can. Hey Maggie, this is Justin Briscoe. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing good.
Curious to know what's going on.
Yes, ma'am. I dropped that survey off, and did you get that note on there?
I work in Frisco, so
Okay.
I am nowhere close.
Gotcha. No, that's fine.
I have a dog, and I would have appreciated someone actually working with me on getting the fence moved, because I've already talked to my fence guy about it, and now if you take my fence down, I've got nowhere for my dog.
Yes, ma'am. We were supposed to close on the property today, and I mean the fence is clearly, I mean it's almost 3.5, 4.5 foot over.
I'm not disputing that.
Yes, ma'am.
I haven't even gotten that far into it. I told the guy when I wanted the fence built, obviously built the fence, you would put it on my property, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Said the front and the back. He says it was in my property line. That's all I have to go by. It has
Yes,
been
ma'am.
2 days.
Yeah.
I have had 2 days.
Okay. We have not destroyed anything. We're taking all the panels off. I mean, nothing's been destroyed. If the fence guy comes out, I mean, he should be able to put it back up. I mean, it shouldn't take him half a day or a day, because a lot of the panels were the old ones. We didn't even break those. We took the screws out, so everything's completely whole. We stacked it all. We're taking all the post out so that even the post can be reused. So unless you go back with new material, I mean, all the fence can still be used. I mean, I apologize for the circumstances, but I mean, we're trying to sell the property, and the buyer's wanting to back out because the fence is almost 4 foot over. And like I said, I mean, I want to be as respectful as I can, and I tried.
Well, respectful would have been calling me and talking to me about the fence.
Yes, ma'am. I know our agent had. I know our agent. I know our.
Yeah, I got her card 2 days ago.
Okay.
It's not even been a whole 2 days.
Okay.
And I got her card, and the way it all happened, so it would have been.
Ma'am, no one.
Time. I had just talked to the fence guy. I had just trying to start figuring this out. It takes a couple of days.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not that immediate.
I mean, we had the buyer wanting to terminate contract this morning. We went to closing this morning to close on the property. We've had it under contract for however many weeks it's sold, and we got to the closing table and we could not see documents, and it's pending on this right now.
What are they buying it for?
$39,000.
And you want how much down?
I mean, we're not owner financing. I don't know if they're paying cash or if they went through the bank.
Well, I can give you probably 20% down, and I'll go get the financing. Let them back out.
Okay, I'll talk to them. Let me see what they say. I want to be respectful and take care of the fence the best we can. Yeah. Well, and 80% of it was like the old fence. It's been there for probably 15, 20 years.
It was like he was on the phone thinking, it's like, I just think that's ridiculous. Your seller only gave her 24 hours notice. And I was like, well, she never contacted me back. I was like, and honestly, I said, I reached out to her daughter. I gave her my card. I said, we need to talk about this fence issue, what's going on. She didn't contact me, made no attempt to contact me, didn't text me, but she works really long hours. I'm up at 6 o'clock in the morning, going to the gym, and then I'm usually laying my head down at midnight. So, I mean, I work long hours as well.
Yeah, and I mean, she got a survey 7 months ago, and normally when I'm at a closing table, they'll point out the survey like, hey, you got this over here. I mean, it's very, very clear. It was 4.5 foot on the front, 3.5 on the back. That was her agent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Her real estate agent, I called me, and he was like, I don't travel.
Okay. Yeah, let me know what our buyer's agent says.
Yeah,
I mean,
I will send her that picture. I just thought that it came through, so I'll
Okay.
send it over to her and let her know.
okay, we still had a few more posts we were taking out, and we're getting all cleaned up. Yeah, we're almost there. I'm Justin. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you gonna put the fence up?
I mean, if you want to pay us, we can.
Yeah, I've already paid to have it up once. I don't see why I'm gonna have to pay for someone else's mistake.
I talked to the seller's agent, and they said that they had paid for a survey. Is that yours?
This is mine.
So you can see where the fence is 4 foot over. Yeah, it says 4.5 foot there, and then 3.5 there, and then
I'm tired of paying for everyone else's shit.
and like I said, I did stack all the panels up there neatly. We're taking out all the 4x4s. I didn't cut them at the ground. We're taking all the concrete out. We're busting the concrete, putting it in, covering up neatly, raking it so the sod grows back. All the 4x4s are back there. All the
Code, you're supposed to give me 6 months written notice. Just so you know, I know that.
what code is that?
That's Texas code.
I mean, it's my property.
Now, I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I wouldn't have moved it. It would
Yes,
have been
ma'am.
a lot easier for my life, especially where everything is fucking out with that house right now. For me to just been able to go, okay,
Okay.
this is not okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So for me as a single mom, it would have been more respectful for you to go, hey, because I just got a card 2 days ago and I started asking questions immediately. You can ask.
And I mean, I definitely would have been more flexible. I wouldn't even have done anything if I didn't get to the closing table today. I mean, you got to understand my frustration. I'm not mad at you, but you see my frustration with, we've got a lot.
That was my-
And I've known the fence was there. The fence has been there for 15, 20 years. The previous owner, before the investors had it, I notified them. I see when I go to build, the fence is gonna have to come down. And of course, I never built, and we put the lot up for sale. And so, like I said, if the buyer wasn't backing out due to that, I mean, I wouldn't have been doing this.
The city knows you very well, just so you know.
Yes,
that.
ma'am. Oh, yeah.
I said what was happening, and she goes, is it Justin Briscoe? I said, yeah, I think so. She goes, that sounds like something he would do.
Tear out a fence that's on my property.
Yeah.
I mean, I do a lot of good things in the city.
Well,
I mean,
know, but
I paid over 100 grand in property
more than
taxes
a
last
few
year.
hours, no.
And I'll let you.
I checked the numbers,
Uh-huh.
and if that's the f***ing fence, then fine, you're right. Because Texas code says written notice 6 months prior.
I mean, the fence was on my property.
Said that you knew.
It's my property. It was my fence.
But you just said you knew.
I did know. I mean,
And your thing says, we'll be here at the end of the day, and I get a call from my daughter saying there's people tearing up the fence.
Like I said, I'm
A few
trying to
hours
close on
ago.
this property tomorrow.
I understand that.
It was
but that
terminated.
doesn't mean you get to bend the rules just for you.
It's my property, and I get to take down the fence if it's on my property. Like I said, we were very respectful.
Obviously, I'm not going to say put it back up now to have to tear it back down later to move it back over 3 feet.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to put it back up anyways.
It would have been nice had I had more than 3 hours notice to try and get someone to move my fence.
The realtor was knocking on the door. Brandy came by here a couple of days ago.
I'm a single mom. I work.
Understand?
I work
I've got a
10
family
hours
I'm
day,
supporting.
And I've got 2 hours to drive to work.
Ma'am, I got a
We've
family
all
I'm
got our
supporting.
shit. I get it.
I'm selling lots. I got to sell the lots
Yeah,
to support
I
my
get it.
family.
Hey, what's going on?
I was supposed to have 6 months written notice for them to tear up my fence, and they didn't give it to me.
We have a survey showing that the fence was 4.5 foot over on my side. I've got a survey flag. The fence was 3.5 foot over there.
Correct with them. You can't hold my 13-year-old responsible.
I'm not holding her responsible.
But you just.
We're real estate investors. We do this stuff all the time. I mean, the fence was my fence, and we took it down.
Portion of it was.
And I kept 12 inches of the fence still on my side because I didn't want there to be any discrepancy, and I kept about another 12 inches back there that's still on our side. So whenever the fence guy comes, he'll run a string and probably cut it back another 12 inches.
Which he should have done initially. I'm not disputing that,
Yeah.
Justin.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
disputing
But y'all are putting
the
up a
way
fence.
We're not.
No.
We're selling the lot, and we were at closing today, and the buyer backed out because of the encroachment of the fence being 4 foot over. So I told him I would take care of it, and with it being on my property, we took care of it.
Unfortunately, like you saying,
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's on their land, but you own this house, or do you?
Yeah, I just bought it. I haven't even been here 6 months. I just had the fence put up.
And when we say our fence, I want to be clear that it was my fence. You're surveying my survey.
Your fence was the old fence.
Mhm.
My fence was the new portion that was attached to the old fence.
On my property.
I mean, I
I'm
understand
just
you're,
doing
I
what
understand
everybody
you're
told
upset.
me to do.
I understand.
Go ahead and video. I'm asking for a report. It'll be sufficient.
And I can document what you're telling me, but as far as legally, it's criminally, anything criminal.
I'm not saying,
then
I know
there's
it's
nothing
civil.
that
I
we can
know
really
it's
do.
all civil. I'm not disputing it.
What you need to do
I'm
is go
upset
up to
about the fact that I wasn't given opportunity to move it in a manner that was safe for my family.
Well, I'm sure that you know, I don't know what
Do you
to
have
tell you on
kids?
that.
We got 2 here, and I got another one at home.
Okay. I would think you'd take that into consideration.
When I purchased the house 7 months ago, I would have seen that the fence was not on my property, and when I had my fence guy put on 3/4 of a new fence, I would have had him put the fence on my property line. That's what I would have done.
Unfortunately, they're working on their property. They're not on your property working. They're on their property. So therefore,
Why is I'm not disputing that.
well, I don't know what you want to get.
I don't even know either. I'm just doing what I was told to do. My realtor said to do this. The mortgage people said to do this. The people in the business I was talked to said to do this. To do by people in your industry.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm
Completely dumbfounded by the fact that someone could come on to someone else's, touch someone else's things, and not give notice. For all I knew, you gave my daughter a bogus survey.
Ma'am, if I wasn't at the closing table today and it didn't get terminated, I mean, I've had the fence up for however many years. It was not my concern until I can't close on a property because of this. It's stuff that's on my property that I'm responsible for to get it closed, and so I did that.
Someone's closing at the table, and they're saying this is the issue.
The title company may have gotten the email last night, and it came through this morning. Like I said, we closed on that property this morning with another buyer, and we were closed on this one simultaneously, and that's when we were notified based off the email that it came
Well,
through.
like I said, when they back out, you call me and I'll buy it.
Yes, ma'am.
You're good.
I appreciate it. Hey guys, it is the next day from all the footage that y'all would have seen yesterday, from the fence going down, us talking to the neighbor, the police officer showing up. I didn't really get a good conclusion at the end of the day because it got late and we had some other things going on that evening. So I just wanted to kind of conclude the video and just let y'all know how everything ended. Everything ended okay. Officer kind of agreed with me, realized it was a civil case and that there's not much that he could really do while he was there. He was just kind of keeping the peace, and I appreciate that and respect that, and thank you, Denison Police Department. Appreciate you being there and helping out in those situations, because there are a lot of situations like that you guys are definitely necessary for, and we appreciate everything y'all do for us. So, but yeah, outside of that, I mean, I feel bad for Maggie was her name. At the end of the day, it's what we had to do. We had to get the fence down. It was on our side. It was clearly our fence. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Lots of good content. Got all the guys there doing some cool demo work, and some conversations with police officers. lots of cool footage, so hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, if you've not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and then leave some comments down below. You guys let me know what you think. It was kind of a, it may not look like it through the camera lens, but there's a lot of adrenaline going and lots of anxiety not knowing what was going to happen. And anytime you're interacting with an upset neighbor or with the police, it's always kind of a little bit of an adrenaline rush. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and until next time. Peace.